Hey everybody, good to see you again. Welcome back. This week I'm going to go out to the 1860s house site that I detected a few weeks ago and look around. Hopefully find an old coin. That's my big goal for this hunt, is to find an old coin. But I'm going to look for anything and everything, dig a lot of the non-ferrous signals, and hopefully find some interesting things. So let's get straight to it. Welcome back, you guys. It's good to see you again. Sorry about the wind. It is pretty windy today. I've got a few things that I found in the last hour, but nothing terribly great. Looks like I've got a hinge, an iron hinge, and some shell casings, and part of a bridle, and things like that. There's a destroyed old spoon that was about 8 inches down. But got another thing that's kind of interesting. Just got myself a little cap off of something. It's a little ornate. It's gilded, so it's probably lit off of some sort of little container or something like that. But hopefully we'll find an old coin today. I'm going to keep hunting and check back in here in a little while. Wow, there still is a lot of iron out here. And I am digging some of it. Here's a neat little iron find. An old bell, probably cowbell. So we're going to put that in the bag too and get back to hunting. This is going okay today, but not finding a lot, unfortunately. You know, something I'm surprised I have not found a whole lot out here has been buttons. Finally just got a little neat one here. It's kind of got a neat design. It is an iron back, but not a bad looking little button. I would say it's probably 1800s, but could be wrong about it. Either way, we're going to put that away and keep on hunting. Well, finds have been kind of few and far between so far, but just got a little piece of brass, which is kind of cool. Let's look at this up close and kind of protect the phone from the wind. It's a little piece of a buckle of some sort. Kind of cool. Unfortunately, it's only a part of the whole clasp, I think, but still a neat little find. Quite a number of old shell casings today. These are old rimfires from the 1800s. This looks to be a Henry rifle shell casing. It's a small caliber though, probably like a 30 something. I have another shell casing that says US on it, so I'll have to look these up and see exactly what they might be. Pretty neat. I bet there doesn't exist a home site that doesn't have one of these. Check this out. Got me a double-sided axe head. Very, very common find. I've been digging some of the big iron out of here, so we're going to put that away and keep hunting. It's pretty heavy. This is a little more dainty, kind of a neat little find. I think it's a brooch or something like that. It was about 4 or 5 inches down. I'll have to clean it up here in just a moment. You can see the design from the reverse of it, but kind of cool. Give me just a moment. Well, that's definitely pretty cool. It's very Victorian, in my opinion. It's a neat little brooch, or who knows what, some sort of decorative little thingamajig that would go on some clothing, or I don't know. It's definitely a beautiful little piece of metal. I think it's brass. I will happily put that away and we'll get back to hunting. Well, surprisingly, this is my first one of these for this particular hunt. Just got a toe tap from like an 1800s leather shoe. So pretty cool. I found 5 of these last time I was out here and just got my first one after hunting for about 3 hours. So put that away. Wow, she was like 9 inches down on some horrible ground. But I just got myself a little overall fastener, it looks like. Brass, 1800s. Kind of neat. I found the middle of one of these a little while ago, if you guys remember. So we're going to put that in the bag too. Well, even way out in the country, I can't escape these. Just got my first pull tab. Oh my gosh. It was about 2 inches down. I just set it there on that plug, but got me a pull tab way out in the middle of nowhere. Here's another thing that I'm amazed came out of the ground in one piece. Got some sort of aluminum four-leaf clover design. I don't know what that is. It was pretty deep too. It was about 6 or 7 inches down. Don't think it's terribly old. It is aluminum, but we're gonna put that one away as well. Just was investigating a junk signal and popped some glass out of the ground. Man, I wish this had come out as one whole bottle. That would have been pretty cool. Got some neat writing on it. You can see there's a little bit of writing, and it's kind of got a square rectangular base. Dagnabbit. Maybe we'll get a whole bottle sometime when we're out here. Wow, does anybody have any idea what this is? Because I certainly do not. I'm out here investigating some of the big iron signals and just popped this out of the ground. Some sort of farming implement, I'm sure, but don't really know for sure. I wish it had some writing on it. It has been pretty quiet here for the last 2 hours, but I just got a little 54 signal and popped something out of the ground. I don't know what it is yet. It says it has some writing on it. I'm not sure exactly what it says. Oh my gosh. I don't know what that is. The sun. What is this? Oh my gosh. I don't know what that is. Give me just a moment. Well, unfortunately, I did break it just a little bit. These old pieces of brass sitting in the ground are very fragile. But I don't know what that is. If somebody knows better than I do, please let me know. It's a very strange thing. It does have a patent here. It's patent number 518 something, 19 something. Not entirely sure. But it's an interesting thing. Like I said, I think it might be like a clip for something, but I don't know for sure. Still digging some of the iron signals. Thought I would show you guys this one because it's kind of neat. And I don't know what it is. Oops, let's get that piece of grass off there. Something with a heart on it. That's pretty cool. It was about 8 inches down, way down there. But don't know what that's off of. Piece of furniture maybe. Pretty cool though. I'm really pretty surprised I haven't found more of these, but I just got the top to an oil lamp, which is kind of neat. Rang up great. Surprised I haven't found the signal before, but it is brass, and this is where you would turn it, and the wick would feed through this item right here and come out the top, and you could light it. So that's how we used to light our homes. It's so nice to dig something besides a shotgun shell when you get a 60-something signal, so take a look at this. Thank God I got something different. I've just been digging up trash for hours now. This is a parasol slide. I know it's hard to see, but I'll get it cleaned up. This would go on a dainty little, essentially umbrella, but it was really just to protect you from the sunlight. So give me just a second. That might be as clean as I'm going to get this out here in the field, but that is definitely a little parasol slide. That's a neat little find. It's very common. People find these all the time, but it has broken up the monotony of a lot of the trash I've been digging up today. Just had a little tiny 56 signal, and I got myself a little button, little tiny button, and it has got a little train on it. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but kind of cool. This is probably for a pair of overalls. We're going to put that away and keep hunting. This was just a really good signal, so I took my time getting it out of the ground. It's a bent harmonica reed, brass, so that's probably 1800s. Pretty cool, and it's neat to think that sometime over 100 years ago there was some people out here playing the harmonica, and it sounds like they had some sort of little hand organ too. So these people had some music going on back here in the woods. Pretty cool. Just a few feet away, I got another piece of that harmonica. So I'll have to stick around in this area and see if I can't find the rest of it. Boy, talk about a fragile little piece of brass. Can't believe I just got this out of the ground in one piece. It is deformed, but I think it was sitting in the ground like that. Some sort of little buckle or something like that. It's got a little design on there. Don't know if that means anything or not, but kind of cool. Obviously, it was a little bit nicer than some of the more generic stuff of that era. Hey there, you guys. It's a few days after that hunt. I've managed to bring everything home and clean it up and now have it all out on the board. So let's take a few minutes to look at all the finds that I managed to dig out of the ground. Well, we did manage to fill the board. Lots and lots of stuff. I hunted for probably about 8 hours. I did find a little bit of trash down here, as you can see in that box. It's mostly just kind of iron scraps, and there's a few pieces of mason jar and things like that. So nothing terribly interesting down there. I did find a lot of clips, you know, for a rural Missouri house site from the 1860s, the 1880s. You know, they used a lot of this stuff. Lots of clips and buckles and pieces of horse tack and things like that. So very common stuff. There's that little aluminum clover. Still don't know exactly what that is. That's not that old, to be honest with you, but I don't know exactly what that would be for. Did get myself what is probably a cowbell. Pretty cool. Haven't found one of those in a while. That's iron. Some bits and pieces of something. Not sure exactly what that would have been off of. It does have some information for like a patent date, but unfortunately the year is missing off of it. Somebody knows, please let me know what that would be. A few pieces of lead. This may be a crude bag seal. I'm thinking that's probably what that is. But it's a little different design than what I'm accustomed to. So still kind of cool, little fine. Probably a piece off of some suspenders. I got a really fragile, destroyed thimble. I'm not even gonna pick that up because it came out of the ground just, you know, just flimsy as all get out. A few interesting pieces of brass. These are probably caps off of something. Unfortunately, I'm not entirely sure what. A really delicate little brass spoon. I did manage to get 3 toe taps. Those are pretty neat. Some more horse tack. Still not sure exactly what this heart thing is off of. Maybe an old cauldron or a stove or something like that. So pretty cool. Lots of ammunition. When you're out in the woods, the backwoods of Missouri, you'll find a lot of this kind of stuff. Shotgun shells, things like that. There's the top to an old stove, or not stove, lantern. Pretty cool, brass lantern. Some bits and pieces off of some suspenders, some fastener pieces. One big piece of brass, that's all I found out there. Not entirely sure what that would be off of. Probably another piece of horse tack or some sort of piece for, you know, agricultural purposes. Got a lot of little pieces of lead, like a lot of these locations. Bunch of little shell casings, cartridges. Some of them are marked H for, like, I assume Henry rifle. One of them says US on it. Not sure exactly which one it is. Might be this one. Still pretty cool though. Got one pull tab. These things are everywhere. One pull tab. Still not sure about this clip. It does have a patent date on it, and I looked at it for a while. I think it says November 5th, 1881. I'm not exactly sure what that would be off of. Somebody knows, please let me know. Lots of copper rivets, a very common find for that area. Little brass button or something like that. There's that brass piece of metal with another clover design on it. Pretty unusual. I did get some square nails. It's a big heavy square nail that came out of the hole with something. There's that little parasol slide. A neat little find, very common. And then we get to the more interesting things. I got this really neat little button. I think this is kind of cool. It's a little ironback button from the 1800s. I'm amazed by the lack of buttons I found out there, but I did manage to find a few kind of buttony things. Some harmonica reed, very common find for out in a place like that, 1800s. Harmonicas were very cheap and easy to learn, I think, during that time period, so everybody seemed to have one. That little button with a train on it. It's a sweet little find. What else do we have? I guess we'll get to the last interesting find. This is probably my favorite find of the hunt. I suspect it's probably an 1800s brooch. So even way out in the country, at a place where this family likely had very little money, they still had a few things that were kind of decorative. So I assume at one time there was a lady wearing something like this. So neat little find. Well, no big treasures for this hunt, you guys. No coins or silver or gold, but that's all right. We had a lot of fun and managed to get outside and enjoy the nice weather. So please stay safe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye now.